Hi, my name is Ivy Starnes, and I'm a gaited horse trainer in Fort Worth, Texas. Today I want to show you some video footage of a spotted saddle horse named Moose that I've been working with, and he came very pacey and high-headed. I do have some before video, which I'll show you, and then not only that, but I want to talk about his gait and how he moves and what gait it is, because there's so much confusion about how to see a good gait. So we're going to be looking at that. So first we have the before video. Now, this video, he's high-headed, but he's doing a stepping pace. He's not going very fast in this video. I should have worked harder to capture it when he went a little bit faster because it was a dead pace. And if you keep him this slow, it was fairly smooth, but if you speed up any faster than this, it it was just a dead pace. So here he is with his owner. His head was pretty high. It's a stepping pace, but it's very slow, and even here you can see the riders bouncing a little bit. So not that smooth, a stepping pace for sure. So it's a lateral, where the two legs on the one side move forward and back together, but it's four beat because the back foot lands just a little bit before the front foot. So we're going to go ahead and look at two other videos of him gaiting. This day he was a little bit higher energy, so I didn't get his head down as low as I have previously, but sometimes we just work with what we have. So here's Moose. This was just from yesterday, doing an even four beat, what I call saddle rack or slow rack or saddle gait. Now, the thing is, Moose has a little trick, a little bit different than some other horses. So you will see, let me go back to the beginning so you can see it in real time. This is real time. He has a little bit of a head nod. Now, his footfall pattern is not diagonal or toward the trot. This means it's not a foxtrot. So when you see a head nod, you think it's one of three gaits. It's either a flat walk, a foxtrot, or a running walk. That's the general rule. Those three gaits must have a head nod, and they have similar, there are other gaits that are similar but don't have a head nod. So a saddle rack or a rack or slow rack, there's no head nod. The head is level. But so what if you're looking at this video, you might be inclined to think it's a running walk, which is a very, a common misconception anyway, that a horse is doing a running walk, but it's not. What he's doing is a saddle rack or slow rack or saddle gait, but with a little bit of a head nod. Now, it is rare. The reason it's not quite a running walk is because he doesn't have that big stride from the hind end. And let's go ahead and look at it in slow motion. We'll move a little bit here. So one thing we can check and see if it's four beats. So let's count. So there's a 1 foot, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's always at least 2 feet on the ground, so it's not a single foot, and it's very even. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, but there is a head nod. Now, because it's perfectly even, it's not a foxtrot. So it's not a foxtrot with a head nod. It's too fast to be a flat walk. So then the next question is it a running walk? Well, it's not a running walk. And I'm not sure if I have the running walk up here. Oh, I have to get it. So it's going to be black for just a sec. And I will get the running walk up here. Here we go. Sorry for the black. Here we go. So this is a running walk when he speeds up a little bit here, and you have a bit more engagement from the hind end and a little bit deeper of a head nod. So look at that, the hind end really reach through, really stride forward. This here is a running walk. Now, the reason and I checked. So looking at this horse, he has a head nod. It's an even four beat gait. I was like, I could be wrong. Is it a running walk? Haven't ridden many horses doing a running walk. They're rare. So I sent the video to my friend Scott McGregor, who trains and shows Tennessee walking horses. does like Western dressage, gaited dressage, and said, please look at this video. What is this? He got back to me right away. He said, it's a rack. It's a saddle rack. It is not a running walk. There's just not enough engagement and push from the hind end for this. Even though there's a head nod, it's not a running walk. I will tell you, even one time at a clinic, I was working with a horse who was pacing, and he had a very slight head nod. So some horses genetically have it in them to do the running walk, and they naturally have that head nod, but it doesn't always mean that they're doing a running walk. So it's a little bit of a trick, but out of all the horses I've ridden, very few horses will have this head nod, be doing an even 4-beat gait, but it not be the running walk or foxtrot. So this is simply a saddle rack, which it's beautiful. He's starting to drop his head, and I have many moments where he was gaiting with his head much lower than this, which is the goal, where it was nice and level. He was just a bit higher energy this day. Beautiful gait still. So like right where his head is there is more where I'd like to see it. And then if we fast forward to near the, not there, not when we're stopping. I think it was this one that was near the end, right there. See how he starts to drop his head and stretch down? That's where I'd really like him to see him stay all the time with the gaiting. But he's doing really well. So again, if you look at the before, he's a bit bracy. It is a stepping pace, but as soon as you speed up to any faster than this, it's a hard pace. And then here he is gaiting now, and he can hold it longer than this. We were just doing this for the video. Very comfortable to ride. You can see my shoulders aren't bouncing up and down. I am asking him to stay soft. Let's take a look at a second video of him. Same day, just a little bit faster, a little bit higher head. Still has a little bit of that head nod. The timing is still perfectly even. It looks like it's almost the same clip. It's a different clip, but you know, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4. There's always 2 feet on the ground. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I thought maybe. So yeah, see how there's 2 feet on the ground now? If we play it forward, there's still 2 feet on the ground. Play it forward, there's still 2 feet on the ground, which means it's not a single foot or a speed rack. Because if a single foot or speed rack, you'd have to have one moment where there's 3 feet in the air and one on the ground, and he's not doing it. If you were to go faster, then it would become a speed rack or a saddle rack. So let's see. Chrissy says, how would you train a Tennessee walking horse or spotted saddle horse to do a running walk? That's a great question, Chrissy, and I wish I had a good answer for you. I have not yet taken a horse, like a Tennessee walking horse or spotted saddle horse, and trained them to do a running walk. Now, I do think I could train this horse to do it. I think it involves, I think, a horse that has the natural ability to do it, like this horse, and working on the flat walk, like getting that big movement in the flat walk and speeding that up and while maintaining the softness and relaxation and the stride. Um, where most horses, if you speed up their walk, they tend to do a very pacey walk. And then you speed them up and then they pace, or they do a stepping pace. So that's why you need a horse with this natural talent. This horse feels like I could teach him to do a running walk easily. Very few horses that I work with feel like they can do it. But since I really haven't trained it, I don't have a good answer, which is why I generally train the saddle rack or, the slow rack because it's much easier for all horses to learn, no matter what breed they are. And the running walk is kind of breed specific to the Tennessee Walkers and Spotted Saddle horses. And even those have been bred really pacey recently, making it very hard to find those with the natural running walk in them. But that's a good question. So thank you for that, Chrissy. Um, Hopefully, one day I'll have a horse with that natural ability and we'll work at training it. But I'll probably have to train a bunch of horses before I could do it like consistently. It's more likely that I'll just keep getting horses or work with horses that have the natural ability, and those horses will be able to do it pretty quickly. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. I've got 2 clinics coming up, Nebraska and Illinois. Hope you can make it out to those. Those are in June 2024. So if you're watching it after that, you're out of luck. So hope this video has helped. You got this.